Hi there, and welcome back to another part in church modeling. So we're now going to focus on this main building. Of course, there's still a lot of things to do on the church tower, but yeah, we're now adding textures and ornaments will be added later. So what is the plan for the main structure? As we did before, we are hiding unused objects, so the tower will be removed. These side portals. Yes, exactly. So the church, tower, and side portals, and these as well. Okay, check that everything is selected. We now have arches, so we're getting more and more models. Okay, pressing H. All right. So in this part, we will fully focus on this piece of the church. All right. So it will be the same process. We select the church and we do a U project from view selection. And I like to have the church brick. So don't add a new material or else you will have double materials. We don't want that. So we select the texture where it is brick Dutch 2. So one more quick view. If everything is set on 1, very important. All right, you project from view again and scale it. Okay, and we take a look. So how do we know when it's what size it needs to be? For this, I like to unhide. Alt H. So we take a look at the size and we scroll a little bit. In my opinion, this looks very, very good. And it's no problem if it has not the right scale. We can fix that later, but for now it will work just fine. All right, so again, and we do it now a little bit quicker, we select everything except this and press H and the side portals, because this was a very important step to do. That one, and hide it as well. So I also like to add a texture on the left and the right wall. Yes, and pressing U, project from view, scale this, drag this to the left and select the church. So now we can drag this and it needs to be almost there. It needs to be something like so. Maybe a bit confusing, but I like to have this in the same line with this line. Okay, and when we press texture, it should be the same. All right, good. So we have some unmapped textures or UVs. So grab these. Or what you can do, it's what you like, but go to face. Just select these, going really fast. And that one. And project it. And go to texture mode. Okay. Well, that's fine. We probably will add something else, but we now want to have the UV coordinates. And that one as well. Okay. And scale it a little bit. Fine. So this is mapped as well, but we will not see it, so don't spend time on it. Okay, then we have this as well. Okay, unmap it and scale. Take a closer look. And the rear part, there we go. And a small one. All right. A bit more. Okay, good. So what is left is, well, there's a lot of things left to texture, but I like to focus on the windows. So I will add a new texture, new. Going to image, open, and window. And I like to start with this one, open. Okay, so there needs to be a border as well. I will add that one later. There we go. Same as the, okay, I'm going to turn this off, go to vertice mode and select it. We call this church side small window. Well, that's a good material name, project from view. And the real name is church side wall. There we go. Assign. I make another projection. Has the right scale. And, well, you know the drill. I think this is one is way easier. Okay. Of course, we're going to add, scale this a bit more. A little bit. Okay. And we do one more together. And then it's up to you to finish this. So, well, the best thing to do is to select both sides. So you don't have to do double work. Okay. Right, almost done. And texture mode, and apply it, of course, assign it. Yes. And control point. So now you can see it's there on the other side as well. So it's up to you now. So add a texture on this window and the other two, and try to do it in the edit mode so you can do it on both sides. All right, see you in a minute. So I fixed the windows and added the arch. So let's take a look how that looks like. So the windows are blue, and that was because my photo caused the blue light from the window. But in the material settings, in the end, I will fix it that it looks more believable. So it's not a big deal right now. It's everything to do with the material settings. So, and I picked the arch from this tower and I tweaked it a little bit, and now it's fitting well on the sidewall. So it looks a little bit like this. All right. There's one more thing that I like to do in this lecture, and that is focusing on this window. So I will select it. Yes. Well, first let's add a new material. That makes everything way more easy. And we go to window. And let's take a look. I need this one. Open. Front side window to make it even more confused. All right. Good. So we select it. yeah, deselect this one, and something is going on over here. Okay. Okay, we selected the right one. Assign it, you, project from view. The real name is church side window. Church side window, there it is. And we scale this. I mean, most of the time you have to do the same process over and over again. But I love it. I love that way of working with 3D. Let's take a look. So I'm a little bit worried about this. So I like to do not have fully visible, and now we have this ugly. So I'll have to make a decision in this. I prefer doing something like so. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. So, and the same for this one on the right. So if we had to model a separated window, that will delay our work a lot. And now it's pretty much the same. And it's not to make it's very easy for myself, but I think it's already very, very challenging. Oops. All right. There we go. Check, check. Yes. You project. And I like to learn you something and not throw you somewhere where you can't find your way. And doing a process all over again and all over again will help you to understand modeling. And if you have to learn something completely new every time again, there is a point that you think, wow, that's too much for me. Okay. Assign, important. Okay. So I like to add an arch as well. An arch. That one. Control point, Shift D, and rotate 90 degrees. And deselect, or else it's a little bit horrible. So I'm scaling it, so you can see it again how this works. So it doesn't have the right settings, or it does not really fit. So we need to configure it a little bit. Let's take a look. Yeah, I go for a complete revision. Let's mix this, and we'll project a new texture on it. That's no problem. Oh, don't change that. That was wicked. Okay, there we go. And these. So it will now look, if we take a close look, completely transformed. That's no problem. So this is the looks right now. Yeah, well, maybe it looks okay, but I like to go for a new projection, U projection, and Y. And of course, it will not select this texture. So we have to remove this one. And this is front side window. So this needs to be front side window as well. Okay. This is a little bit messy, but we can fix this. If you prefer to see, I always get a little bit confused when I see because I know in the end it will always be, well, fine, as long as you get focused on it. Okay, it looks a little bit, all right. Yeah, and we have some problems on top. That means we need to rotate it a little bit. Okay, how does it look? better. All right, I'll leave this for now, or maybe only this one. Okay, and we drag this. Okay, you can see it has a different color. So I'm going to change that in another lecture. It's probably because this texture is a bit brighter. It's no big deal. And I like to do one more test. Control Tab, face, selecting these faces. Okay. And I'm dragging it. Well, let's make a projection. Okay. This is just a quick test. Let's deselect this one. I think this is not really working out. So let's remove that. Sometimes I like to play with things, but it's not doing anything good. All right, so what we have are windows on the side, window on the front, and we need an arch there as well. You can see when the color is a bit different, it looks completely weirdo. So colors are important. Okay, texture. Now we can see some problems on the top. Okay. All right. So in the next lecture, we focus more on the rear of this main building, fixing the textures. And then we get a step closer to the final design. There's still a lot of things to do. We need to add borders, roof textures, and beers on every side of the building. So it's by far final, but we're getting closer. So see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.